Welcome guys, welcome back to my channel guys. I am back again with another video. If this is your first time being here, my name is Sia and I have the pleasure of meeting you all, and if it's not, welcome back. So guys, according to the title, you already know what this video is going to be about. We're going to be discussing one of my favorite shows, and that is All American. All American has been renewed for season 4, so I am so excited to see some of my favorite characters come back in all of their glory. So for those of you who are not that familiar with All American, it is a drama series about a young man that transfers from South Crenshaw High School to Beverly Hills High School. I think that's the name of the school. Let me check. Yeah, Beverly Hills. He transfers to Beverly Hills following his coach, who becomes his like mentor. It's like a second dad to him and all of that. So while he was there, he basically grew. I think he just grew throughout the series. But when he first, walked in, he was like Mr. Tough Guy. He's like, don't look at me, don't talk to me, whatever. But eventually he loosened up. So it's just like a football series, like a football show, but it has like twists and turns, and it's about music and relationships and love and all this other stuff. So guys, not only are we going to be talking about All American today, and I'm going to be just sharing with you guys who my favorite characters are and why I like them, we're also going to be doing a get ready with me video. So as you guys can see, your girl is barefaced. I have no makeup on whatsoever. If you feeling my hair, let me just put that out there. I did this hair a couple days ago, and you can actually find the link to this hair in one of my videos, my most recent videos. Yeah, the tutorial is there, how I did it, how I achieved it, and all of that. But without all the rambling, if this is something that you're interested in, then stay tuned. All right guys, so we're gonna start with brows today, per usual. And get these out the way. This looks so ugly, it makes my wig look so ugly, but anyway, I usually brush up. Yeah, so I'm not gonna detail too much about this because you guys should already know how I do my brows. But I just use a Morphe spoolie brush. Actually, it's a brush. It's a spoolie brush on one side and a pencil on the other. But I ran out, so I just use a spoolie. But to draw on or to like help fill in my brows today, I'm gonna be using a dollar store pencil. I just gotta sharpen it a bit, and this is in the color dark brown. And yeah, let me just use it on my brows today. Okay, so guys, we're gonna jump right in. I'm gonna be letting you know who my favorite characters are and why. So we're gonna start with the guys of All American. Of course, we gotta start with my favorite character of the show, and I feel so biased because he's like the lead, he's the star of the show, but he's my favorite also. I don't know. But he's not my favorite because he's the star of the show. He's my favorite because of his personality. Anyway, Spencer James is he's just one of those people everybody needs in their circle. I kid you not. Cause I swear, he's like so charismatic. He's so like, he's just so raw. Like, he's so uncut, but he's like an uncut, clean version of such a great like guy. Like, he's just raw, but he's gonna give it to you how it is. But like also he's very respectful, and he's just a good guy. He's smart. He's motivated, he's determined, he cares about his community. Like, he is just such a good guy, and he's proof that just because you came out of a certain situation doesn't mean that you have to be the product of your environment. I'm just saying. He grew up in South Crenshaw, enough said. So he's basically not saying that Beverly Hills is way better than South Crenshaw, but I'm just saying that, a lot of what we saw, what that was depicted in the show is obviously not found in Beverly Hills like that. He just basically made a better life for himself. He followed his coach. He believed in himself, and I thought that was great. I feel like every TV series needs a character like Spencer, because he's like your go-to, you know what I mean? Like, he's like such a great buddy, best friend. He's also great in relationships. He's a great son to his mom. Like, he's a great role model to his younger brother. Hold on, y'all, I'm concealing these brows. And of course, there wouldn't be a show if we don't mention how awesome of a football player he is. He's so amazing, he's so fit. Spencer is definitely my favorite male character on the show. By the way guys, I am using MAC NC45 concealer under my brows right now to conceal them and give them like a pop. And I really love this concealer. It's become one of like my go-tos, one of my favorites. But obviously I don't use that for the top. I use Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Cocoa, which is my actual shade. But guys, it's crazy. I didn't even get the foundation in this shade. I don't know what was going on. So, all right, so anyway, we're gonna talk about my second favorite male character on the show, and that is Jordan. So Jordan is a great, let me talk about Jordan. Jordan's growth has been phenomenal on the show. Let me just say that. Let me give Jordan his props. Like Jordan, when Jordan first started, I was like, First of all, he was being mean to my favorite male character. Like, no. Him and another character that we're gonna get into. But yeah, they were like, he was just, I don't know if it was like jealousy. That's probably what it was, because his father brought Spencer to come and live with them in season 1. So it was like, Jordan is like, he's the type of son where he's trying to do everything that he can to gain his father's attention. And maybe kind of like that's even why he said that's why he even joined football in the first place. He started playing football. So maybe it kind of was like almost there, and then boom, this guy comes out, and like his father brings this guy out of nowhere, and now this guy is like a son to him, like, and he feels like he's his father's stepson, or he feels like he's in second place. So I do understand why like there was a little bit of hate there, but come on Jordan. Eventually, like, he was able to, you know, put his ego and his pride aside and become besties with Spencer. When we first got introduced to Jordan, he was like known as like a party guy. He was like out here, you know, going from girl to girl. He was doing his thing. But then he fell in love. And we're gonna get there. We're gonna get on who she is. But he fell in love and he just changed. And he's been like amazing ever since. I mean, he was already amazing, don't get me wrong. Like, he was a good guy. He was just like your typical high schooler until he fell in love. So that's that. But I'm here for Jordan. Real talk, I'm here for him. I definitely want to see more of him though. Like, I want to see his thoughts. I want to see how school is gonna be, the transition into college and everything like that. I definitely, I want to see it. All right guys, so I do have like dry skin. If you don't know that, you should know that by now. So I'm just gonna go in with my Equate Beauty dry skin facial cream, just a little bit, and just apply it on my face, especially my T-zone, because that feels so much better. My face is so dry, guys, like, it's not even funny. I can't stand it. I don't know what to do. But anyway, so we're gonna be talking about Asher. Now, Asher was one of the people who was not a big Spencer James fan, alongside with Jordan when Spencer first came to the school. So at first, I did not like Asher's character, because again, I felt like he was doing too much. He was like this preppy rich white kid that just felt like he could get away with everything, or so we thought. But yeah, so at first, yeah, I was not a fan. I'm not gonna lie, I was not a fan. But like Jordan, he was able to develop his character as well. For foundation today, guys, we're gonna be going in with one of my favorite foundations. If you follow me on social media, like, I'm still trying to figure out why you are not following me if you are like a supporter. You should be subscribed to this channel, and you should also be like following me. Like, I don't understand. Make it make sense. The math is not mathing. But anyway, so this is the Super Stay Full Coverage foundation from Maybelline. Oh my god, this foundation goes such a long way. It literally is full coverage. It's everything and more, and I think I only paid like $9 or $8 for it. I don't remember. I got this like a couple years ago, and it's still, well, then again, I don't really use it all the time because I don't be going. But anyway, we're gonna be using this foundation today, and it's like probably right there. I have like that much left. I definitely gotta re-up, because I like this even more than some of my high-end foundations. Like, that's how good this is. Okay, so Asher's character, I definitely would want to see more. I feel like I don't want his story to just end because he can't play football anymore. Like, if you're following the season, then you know Asher is not able to play football anymore due to medical reasons. So yeah, that's that. But I don't, like, he's so talented, and I don't feel like his story should just end just because he's not able to play. So I would love to see Asher go on to do something like something huge, maybe like have an internship with the NFL, like as an assistance coach, or something like write some plays for them, for the football teams there. Like I wouldn't want him to just be like a hometown coach and that's it. That's normally what happens to like a lot of athletes when they get injured or something. They end up just going back home and become like, if they weren't smart with their money, they end up, you know, just being regular coaches and living their dreams through their students. And I mean, I get that, but I feel like Asher is full of so much potential. So I would love to see the writers do something like that, like give him an internship and like let him be excited about having something going on. Like the way everybody's excited about, oh, college. Like he already lost out on his college because he doesn't have a football scholarship anymore, so he can't go to college. So yeah. So the way how everybody's like excited, like, oh my God, college, this, that, and third. I would love for him to be like, oh my God, the NFL, something, you know, I would love to see that. And all of that is literally just to make him feel like he's still appreciated, he's still loved, like you're not worthless just because you had an injury. Like that can happen to anybody. So every day they get up on that field, they go to practice, they play games, it's like they're taking a risk every single time. And it just so happens to be, you know, he made some wrong decisions, and yeah, hopefully, you know, Asher gets some fun in the sun, hopefully. So I'm going in with the same concealer that I used to conceal underneath my eyes, and that's the MAC NC45 concealer, and I'm gonna use that to conceal under my eyes. So next is JJ. JJ's character to me wasn't really like, I didn't really take his character all that seriously because obviously of the character that he portrays on the show. It's very like jovial, very like party and drinking and girls and all of that, and I was just like, okay, like a typical, you know, whatever. I wasn't really too fond of his character. I mean, you know, but I did get to see a different side of him in this past episode where Spencer was telling him about a time capsule that is a South Crenshaw tradition that all the seniors do, and his mom was telling him that's what she did back in her day. So, you know, they were like, oh, there's something, like it was like a whole group of them, like all the characters, basically the main characters were like, yeah, you know, we should all do that. So in the time capsule, JJ said that he's basically going to record them and they're to answer a question, and the question is, where do you see yourself 20 years from now? So that, first of all, I think that's an amazing idea. But yeah, JJ offers to record, and he's like, with his confession, he said that he sees himself doing all these great things and whatever, but then he got serious and he was like, you know, I just hope I'm happy. Like, so I'm paraphrasing, but I don't remember the exact, you know, his exact lines, but I just remember that it was like, you know, I just hope like I'm doing something good or something. I don't know what he was saying, and that made me see him in a different light. It made me see, like, you know what, I want to see more of his character. Like, I want to see who JJ is. What does JJ even stand for? Like, what does JJ mean? And who are his parents? And does he live home alone? Like, remember, Asher was living home by himself for a while and we didn't even know. So I would just want to know, like, who, like a little bit more about JJ's background. Yeah, that kind of made me interested in his background. So I definitely would want to see more of JJ, and also how he's dealing with transitioning from being a linebacker to wanting to be a quarterback. And one of the things that Asher told him was, bro, you are an amazing linebacker. You don't have to be a quarterback. I don't know, I think that's one of the positions, but I know he wanted to be a quarterback, and it's like, that's not where you thrive. You thrive as a linebacker. I hope that's the correct position. Yeah, I definitely would want to see how he makes use of that. Literally, because like all we know is that he's just a kidster. He brings the party. Like, he's gonna have fun. He's gonna turn up wherever he is, and there's no boring moment when JJ's around. So I will want to dig deeper and see more about his character. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be setting all the places I just concealed with my Sacha Buttercup powder. It's in the shade, I think this is the only shade they have. I don't know if they have another shade, but this is the most popular shade. It's yellow. And I'm gonna just press it into my eye. Even though it's a loose powder, I'm gonna press it in to my eye, on my under eye and everywhere that I concealed. So next we're gonna be talking about Billy Baker, guys. So Coach Billy Baker is great. Coach Billy Baker is great. He is an amazing role model to Spencer. He's an amazing father to Olivia and to Jordan. He's also a great husband to his wife, Miss Laura. And overall, like, he's just a good person. He's not perfect, like nobody else on the show is perfect, but I love his drive, and I love his passion for his team. Whether or not, I mean, at first he transitioned, well, at first he was playing at Beverly Hills, which is where Spencer followed. But then eventually him and Spencer went back to South Crenshaw. And fun fact, Billy is also an alum of South Crenshaw. So I thought that was dope. He's like now, I think he's a retired NFL player on the show. So wherever he goes and he's coaching, everybody's like, you know. But he's a great coach, and he's just a great person overall. Like, he's almost like a second father to his team, like really both teams, I'll say. I really think he's a great dad, but I feel like he's an even better or greater mentor. And obviously we saw that with how he mentored initially Spencer, and then it transitioned into the rest of the Beverly Hills team, and then it transitioned into the South Crenshaw team. And also with his own son, like, he was a father to his son, but he was also, I feel like he was a mentor, just based on how Jordan transitioned from season 1 to season 4. Like, I think Coach Billy Baker did a great job. I love his character on the show. Overall, I mean, and I just also love how supportive and respectful he is of his wife. Like, he's not 100% perfect husband, like we saw. He made some past decisions that weren't the best, but I feel like he's a good 90%, and that's what most women pray for. And, you know, he's just there. Like, he's present. He's there. I really appreciate his character. By the way, I am using Black Opal's foundation stick to contour. And this is in the shade Ebony Brown. I know. And I'm not really gonna go up there because my bang's about to cover it. But I'm gonna do my jawline, and yeah, we're gonna blend this all in. Okay, the next male character, I feel like he should have a bigger storyline on the show, but he doesn't really, and that is Spencer's youngest brother, Dylan. I feel like he has a rough time, like, once his father passes. Like, Spencer had a rough time with that as well, but I feel like, you know, Spencer's older. I think he's either 17 or 18, and Dylan is like younger. He's like 8, not, don't quote me, I don't know, he's young. So but he's roughly around there, like between 8 to 11 or something, like he's right there. So yeah, just the fact that he didn't really have like a father figure, and once his father figure came in the picture, it didn't last long, and unfortunately their father passed. It was hard to see that, and you know, he started snapping a bit, and I was kind of like, okay, you calm down, little boy, like, okay. But at the same time, you got to be understanding of, you know, what he's going through and everything. So it was hard to see that, but I just want to see more. Like, we did see him a little bit more in season 4, but I still want to see more. Like, I want to know what it's like with him going to school, because I think it's different. See, Spencer had Coach Billy Baker, so he had, even though he got to know his father a little bit, and there was tension there, he was mad at his dad for a while, all of that, but eventually they made up and they were good, or they were working on rebuilding a relationship, and then his father passed. But he had Coach Billy Baker, and I feel like Dylan didn't have anybody. I just kind of want to dig more deep into that, and just see, you know, how that character can be developed a bit more. I'm gonna just take the excess from the contour brush and just put it on my forehead, just because it feels weird. Like, how you gonna contour your face and not contour your forehead? Like, come on. So I'm gonna take the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 40. I'm just gonna use that to set my contour. The places I just contoured. I just learned about this, guys. Okay guys, now we're going to get into the women, the ladies of All American, starting with my favorite character. Now let me just say this, I do feel a little biased, and this is in no way, shape, or form connected to my favorite male character, but it is what it is. Olivia! I love Olivia's character, guys. And I think it's because low-key she reminds me of myself. Not like 100%, but I feel like in her personality and in the way she treats people. She's the type of friend that feels like she has to be the fixer, like she has to figure everything out. She just, you know, she has to do it all, and baby girl, you really don't. But you know, you want to be a people pleaser. You just want to be there for your friends. I feel like that's her. But Olivia's character has been one of the most progressed and reformed characters on the show. Olivia's character is just so inspiring that a young girl of age, I think 16 or 17, when she first started her addiction, could like turn her mind like and just become this great movement all by herself. Like Olivia, this is before we even get into her and Spencer's relationship, but just appreciating her as a person. Oh my gosh, I'm just here for Olivia. Like every scene that she's in, I want to watch. I just pay so much attention because I love her mannerisms, I love her characteristics, I love her hair. Let's get into her hair. Oh my gosh. Like when this season first started, okay, they had her in her curly hair, her curly natural hair, and her braids. But in season 4, they got her in these jumbo twists, and I'm like, CW, what are we doing? What's happening? I'm gonna need y'all to put my girl back in these medium jumbo braids, these long braids. That's when Spencer was looking at her, when she had her natural hair or the braids. And I'm gonna need them to put her back in braids, like at this point, effective immediately. But anyway, that's besides the point. She's just like, yes, she's that girl. Everybody needs someone like Olivia as a friend because she's so empathetic and she's so caring. She's just so kind, and I feel like if you go to her for advice, like she's just gonna give you like such kind advice, and I just love it because Spencer's so like, you know, yeah, and then Olivia's like, ha. But my girl is tough when she needs to be, just saying. Last thing I will say about her is I love how she is trying to uplift her community. She started a podcast. She's all for Black Lives Matter. She's just trying to help her race, help her people, help her community, help the communities of those around her. She is definitely a force to be reckoned with. She's the type of person that would be like our first female Black president, like someone with her presence. Yes, I guess that's where her and Spencer link. But even besides that, okay, so I guess we can get into Spellvia now. Spencer and Olivia are soulmates, okay? They kind of low-key remind me of Whitley and Dwayne from my favorite show, A Different World, the 90s show. If you know, you know. In terms of just how much like the love is real. Obviously it's 2 different shows, but I'm just saying like it's like true love. It's one of those things where you just know, and they knew it from the beginning. Like from the beginning, like when Spencer first moved to Beverly Hills, that's where they first met. Olivia was Spencer's first friend at the school. Like, yes, she just knew. She always knew, but they had all these different distractions until God stepped in and said, okay, it's time. Hey! I just live for their whole love story. But we're gonna be on here all day if I talk about Spellvia. So yeah, y'all, let's get into blush. And today I'm gonna be going in with my blush from MAC in the shade Raisin. You should definitely be familiar with this shade if you've been on my channel before, because this is like mainly the only blush that I use. So let's get into Simone. That's my girl. Like Simone, if like next to Liv, Simone is just that girl. Okay, first of all, she is a pretty brown skin girl. I'm here for Simone. Let's talk about Simone's hair. Literally, she slays every single look. From season 1, when she had the high bun, when her and Jordan were just, you know, they weren't nothing serious yet, to now, like season 2 and 3, she was rocking her curls down, up, braids, side twists, like all type of styles. I was like, girl, you got me. Like, dang. She was really representing the natural Black girl movement, and I was so here for it. Honestly, even before she got with Jordan, I was just Team Simone. I don't know what it was. It was just something about her character that drew me to her. And I don't know if it's because she was a tennis player, because in my past life, I used to play tennis in high school. I was tennis captain at some point. But, you know, that's back then. I'm so glad that they kept her on the show. Like, they gave her a role. She wasn't just like Jordan's side or whatever. Like, they kept her on the show. So we're gonna be going in with highlight today, and I'm using my messy but cute Juvia's loose highlighter. Oh, baby, 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 baby. I'm not gonna lie, when she went to, what's the school? Brixton University, when they went there during, you know, for that homecoming scene, and she connected with another male character, and I was like, that was the only time that I wasn't really like, you know, because I feel like she started to connect with this other character, this male character, I forgot his name, but I'll post his picture somewhere. Yeah, they started, there was something, and I was like, she's very much married, sir. She's very, very much, so I need you to back off. But then again, it's like what she allows is what's gonna happen. So, and I can see, you know, the connection. Maybe if you know, she would have met the new guy before Jordan, that could possibly happen. But my thing is this, like, when she was at Brixton, like, I felt like she wasn't really checking like that for her man. But then now that she's back in Beverly Hills, the senior year, she's all like super duper lovey-dovey with Jordan. So I'm praying they make it, because they did make the decision to go long distance. And, you know, so Jordan's gonna stay in California and Simone is gonna go to Brixton University, which I think Brixton definitely fits her. That homecoming scene was everything when her and my girl Olivia did the little dance. Yes, I definitely feel like it fits her, and I don't feel like it fits Jordan. So I'm glad that they, you know, they're not gonna let their relationship stop them from being who they really are, because they might resent each other later. I'm really praying that they're able to make it work. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty lipstick in the shade PMS. I love this lipstick, and I'm gonna just use it as a lip liner. Let's talk about Layla. Oh my gosh, Layla, that girl. I'm also gonna use this matte liquid lipstick. I got this from my local beauty supply store, so it's not like a brand, but it's like a pinky type of, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a pinky type of lip. So I'm gonna put that in the middle. Back to the review. Layla's character is just not it. I don't like her character at all. When I first saw her on season 1, and that was Spencer's first crush, she was dating Asher at the time. And even though when she was already with Asher, she was like low-key flirting with Spencer. So for me, that was like a red flag right there. But anyway, she was like, you know, pretty girl, long hair from Cali, you know, that type of vibe. At first it was cute, you know, I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Even though low-key in my heart, I wanted him to be with Olivia, but I was like, let's just see, you know. And then she showed herself. And I understand it's because, you know, she was going through a lot. She lost her mother in the past, so, and then her father was like a part-time dad, pretty much. Like, he's this big music producer, so she is basically raising herself. She's like another Asher. But I feel like once stuff got real, like, she just started lashing out on everybody, and it could be that maybe she didn't really understand what she was feeling, and the best way that she could deal with it was to just push everybody away. But again, she's like 17 or 18 on the show, so it's like, imagine going through that as a young teenager. You don't even understand what you're thinking. But at the time when her and Spencer were together, he was doing nothing but trying to help her, because, you know, he's just a great guy. And she just was lashing at him, like started lying to him, like just doing a bunch of stuff. But then it's like her character went from, you know how like the other characters kind of developed in a positive way, hers developed in a negative way, and it started like going downhill. And anytime somebody had a real conversation with her, she would lash at them, and that was annoying to me, because I'm like, low-key, Olivia went through something similar, but maybe it's because Olivia had the support system of her family, of her now boyfriend, but at the time they were just friends or whatever, of Spencer. Yeah, like, so her family, Spencer, and her friends. Maybe that's why, you know, now she bounced back better, but versus Layla, who only had the main support of her friends. So maybe that's why, but I just, even now in season 4, this girl is still snapping at people. Like, poor Jordan asked her a question, and she just was like, oh, thank you. Like, just, I'm like, girl, get off the show. You clearly don't want to be here. Just get off the show. And hopefully, like, the writers change that about her. Like, maybe they're able to bring like somebody like new on the show that will help her character to grow in a positive light. But besides the feeling side, the emotional side, she is doing her thing. Like, she's taking after her father. She's a music producer. She's producing 2 of the characters' music on the show. So, and then she's like, I believe, was she a writer like her mom? I'm not sure. I don't know. But she's in the music industry like her parents. So, and she's very successful at it. So I think that's great. She's able to channel her problems and her issues into her music. I'm trying to decide if I want gloss. I don't even know. I'm such a gloss babe though. Like, I don't know. But for some reason, I'm feeling the matte today. I don't know if it's because of my shirt. let's try the gloss and just see. This is just some regular clear lip gloss from the dollar store. It just took away my ombre. Nope. I'm going back to matte. Oh, lashes. I'm like, what's missing? Lashes, hello. All right, guys, so I'll be using my lashes today. This is from my brand, the Trophy Case. You know, the link will be in the bio if you would like to purchase. And these are in the shape Biology Major. I opted for minimal lashes today because I don't have nothing going on with my eyes. I wanted like a natural look, like a natural glam, I should say. So bam, don't they transform my whole look? Okay, so before I put my setting spray on, so next we have Coop. So Coop's character, I loved her character from seasons 1, 2, 3. I'm not really sure about her character in season 4. Like, I don't really know. I don't understand why the writers are trying to throw her into the Beverly Hills world. I don't know. I'm glad that she's not really involved in the gang life, so to speak, anymore. So I appreciate her character. I don't know. I don't really know where to place her, but I kind of do want more out of Coop. I love how loyal of a friend she is. She is such a good friend. She's funny. She's just like a good person. I just think she makes bad decisions at times. I feel like she's really like a great asset to the show as well. And she is dating somebody, which brings me to her girl, Patience, another character on the show. And I'm here for Patience. Patience has a beautiful voice, and Patience actually sings a song on the show, which Layla's father produces but steals the song from her, whatever it is. So it was so good that I paused the show and went to look for the song and added it to my playlist, and that goes to show you how good the song was. So she really is a great singer in real life. So yeah, just like Coop is a rapper in real life. So I like how they brought their real lives onto the show. Right now they're trying to figure out their relationship. They're not matching, they're not giving, and that's because Coop is like, she feels like, once again, she does feel like she has to protect everybody and she's putting her own life at risk. And then Patience feels like, okay, when you get affected, I get affected because, you know, they're together. So it's like the decisions you make impact her as well. And she's like, she needs her to step out of this gang life. And she just feels like every time Coop is about to step out of the gang life, something happens that brings her right back in it, and it's annoying. And she feels like one of these days she doesn't know what's gonna happen. So, and I get that. I mean, I understand it, but I just wish that she was a bit more understanding, because Coop has a big heart, and that's the reason why she's like always trying to be there for people, especially in her hood. So low-key like Spencer, but Spencer's just not in the gang. Bottom line, somebody's gonna have to bend. Yeah, y'all see this glow? This is the Milani Make It Last Original Natural Finish Setting Spray. And last but certainly not the least is Mama Grace. Grace is the mother of Spencer James and Dylan James. She is just a great mom. Like, she gives the best motherly advice ever. And it's not even like motherly, even when she's talking to like Coach Billy Baker or like other characters on the show. Just like her aura and the way she carries herself is very ladylike. It's so like presentable. Her and her future daughter-in-law Olivia have something in common, because they're trying to make the world a better place and, you know, shake up their communities and help their communities. And I just love her character and what it represents. It's almost like Spencer, because you're about to be an adult, like, go do your own thing, but know that mama always has your back. Like, mama will always be here for you. And she's like the type of mom that, you know, it's just like warm and nurturing and loving and caring, you know, just that type of vibe. She did graduate from college, so I would like to see her use her degree. I definitely want to see her get, you know, getting her career get started. I'm also happy that she got a new man now. Ow. Her new man is Principal Carter. He is the new principal of South Crenshaw High School. Another fun fact, just like Coach Billy Baker, he is also an alum of the school, and so is Grace. So it's great to see two alums, you know, rekindle after all these years and start dating again. So I thought that was really sweet. And he also is like supportive of her, and he, you know, they have a lot of the same things in common. So I'm so happy that she found someone that she can relate to, you know. And guys, this is the final look. What do you think? What do you think? All of the products that I use will be listed down below, the name, the shade, everything. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to my first Get Ready With Me /chats. I also want to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. We are finally in the 600s. Thank you guys so much. I'm so happy. With that being said, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, right, yeah, you guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Make sure you like, comment, share. Comment down below who are your favorite All-American characters, what you think is gonna happen in season 4. Who do you like together, who don't you like together? If you even agree with a lot of the things that I said or not, comment all of that below. I had so much fun making this, guys. This was so fun. We gotta do this again. Yeah, we gotta do this again. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.